Hi, my name is Nicole and I sell crochet plushies at markets. This is going to be my first YouTube video ever, so I'm going to show you guys a little bit about my market. This is going to be my biggest market yet, so I hope at least. It's at a very big mall around my area and there's normally a lot of people there. So I'm really hoping that I'm going to get a lot of traffic, especially because my last market was the worst market I've ever had. I only sold a few things at that market. So I'm really excited for this one. I'm going to show you the process of me setting up, me at the market, and then I'll give you a little recap at the end. So here we go. Alright, starting over here, we've got some octos on the top. Then we've got T-Rex and strawberry turtle, and then a pig and a cow sitting on the bottom. Then when we come over here, we've got some axolotls, some baby whales. This one's going to have gummy bears. I need to make more, but those work up really quickly. I've got some long neck dinos and then some hippos. Here is my giant Nessie. Then I've got bees. Got an ice cream cone, Bulbasaur. This one I love so much. It's like a caterpillar. You gotta see it come out. So it can sit like that too. We've got an alien. Then over here we've got some mushrooms. On this table we've got kind of a wide assortment of stuff. So we've got turtles up top here, some ducks, then some of my favorites. We've got my cow in overalls, and then my honey bear in overalls, a little baby dino, a funny little cat. This is the first time I've done this pattern. I don't know if I'll do it again because it's kind of funny looking, as you can see. We've got jellyfish, a possum, a little flower, a macron chick, two little chicks with frog hats, and we've got some eagles right here, elephants, leggy froggies, chickens. Then over here we've got more racks. So on this rack we've got some bunnies, then we've got a dragon, Charmander, and a penguin, and then on the bottom of it I've got some cow pups. I put them on the bottom because they haven't really sold well at other markets, but I'm hoping that they'll sell this one. We'll see. Then over here I've got a chameleon and cereal. I've got a little peep and a cloud, a flower frog thing, an otter, and then up here I've got cats and then a little blueberry. So I'll back it up so you can see the whole thing. Whoops, running into stuff. But this is about what the setup is looking like. There are a few things that might change about this setup. Definitely I'm going to have table covers. I'm going to have little signs with prices, and then I might add in a few little plushies here and there. If I can make them. The market's tomorrow, so we'll see what I get done. But yeah, here's a little glimpse at what it's going to look like tomorrow. Alright, we're about an hour into the market and we've got like 10 sales so far, so it's doing pretty good. Here's what it's looking like. Nope. I'm trying to flip it. There. Got my fan blowing at me. Hi, I'm back. this is like a whole week after the market, but I wanted to sit down and go over a bit of what happened at the market. I'm sorry I didn't get a lot of footage. I had friends come and I ended up just kind of hanging out with them throughout a lot of the market, which meant I wasn't really recording. But it was my most successful market yet. This is kind of like a little overview. I already got like 2 full pages of sales, which if you compare to last market, my last market was my worst market yet, and this one was my best one. I'll kind of cover up the actual people that did it, but yeah, that was what our last market looked like. So I'm very, very, very happy with this one. I divided up my sales by the hour, so after like each hour I'd write down, now it's 6 p.m., now it's 7 p.m., just so I know like what I got every hour. And actually, surprisingly, each hour was like pretty much the same. I thought it would kind of go up and down. Hi! Cheddar's coming in to say hi. But it didn't really go up and down. It kind of stayed the same even up until like close to 10 p.m. There was still people shopping around, which is really great. And even I got there at like 3 p.m. Just to set up, and even then there was still people shopping around looking at my stuff. So let's go over what sold. The very first thing that sold was my strawberry turtle. I'll try to insert pictures for you guys somewhere to the side here of what these guys are looking like. But my strawberry turtle was $40, and he was the first one to sell, which I was kind of sad about because I had him in a really nice spot because I think he's so cute. But I mean, that's why they're there, to sell. So sad and happy. Next thing was a Triceratops, which was $12 that sold. Unfortunately, this was the point at the night where I realized that my square was not working. I have no idea why I didn't have signal. This place is literally like 5 minutes from my house. So there's no reason. It's like a giant mall. There's no reason why I wouldn't have good signal, but apparently my signal wasn't working. My phone wasn't working. Hi. So because of that, he's gonna be doing this probably. He loves attention, okay? But because of that, I actually did not have, so I was using this phone and it did not work at all through the whole market. Luckily, I had my husband there, and so what we did is I was like, can you go get your work phone? Because I know his work phone is like a new iPhone that actually has like tap available with Square. So I was like, go get your work phone and we can just use that. So we brought back his work phone before the market even started, and unfortunately this work phone also didn't have service. So the service is just terrible there. But what we ended up doing is we found a Wi-Fi for the mall space, and it actually worked. So that's what we used throughout the rest of the market. Unfortunately, the guy that was going to get this Triceratops for his daughter, she was really excited about the Triceratops, and we sat there for like 10 minutes trying to get it to work, and it did not work that whole time. And so he was like, okay, I guess we're just gonna have to go. And so then they left. I was like, oh, that's such a bummer. But I was very happy he came back, and then he was like, oh, I actually found that I had cash. And then he was like, that's so good, because otherwise my daughter would have been crying all night. So very happy that that went through. So that was our second sale. Up next, our third sale, we had a mallard duck that sold. This was $16. Next was someone bought a leggy froggy and an octo, so altogether that was $18. Next, a yellow duck sold, so that was $16. A whale sold for $10. Next person got two things. They got an axolotl, and then they got one of my little chicks with a frog hat on it. So altogether for those, the axolotl was $14, and then the chick with the frog hat was $10. So altogether that was $24 for theirs. Then someone got a turtle for $20. Then someone got my dino that has the little stripes on it for $25. And then the last one of the first hour was someone got two things, a leggy frog and a mushroom, for a total of $25. So that was my very first hour of sales, including the few that I got before the market technically started. So at this point it was 6 p.m. when this finished. Up next we got strawberry keychains. These were actually my last two strawberry keychains that I had, so I should probably make more. But they bought two of them. They're each $5, so this was a $10 transaction. Then I had a gummy bear that sold for $5. A macaron chick. This is the only one I brought, but my macaron chick sold for $10. Then someone bought an axolotl for $14. Then someone bought my little flower for $12. Someone got my bunny for $42. This took a long time to get this sale. They were standing around, and this daughter, she was like the funniest thing ever. But she was like begging her parents, and she was like, I need this bunny, give me this bunny please. And she had the funniest wording. She was like, spend your money on me. And she was just so cute. But the parents weren't gonna get it for her because they were like, well, we can get it for you as a birthday present. And then she's like, no, I don't want it for my birthday, I want it now. And so they just weren't working it out, and so they left, which is fine. But then they came back later and they ended up getting it. So that bunny, it was a good sale. It was a $42 bunny, my little bunny with a little sweater on. Next, a dragon sold. This one, I don't know why I did this, but I did compromise on this one, or lower my price. I probably shouldn't have. I realized that this is the first time this has ever happened to me where someone asked, and they asked if they could have my dragon. It's listed as $48. The reason I have it as $48, even though it looks like complex, is because it's a no-sew pattern. So I'm like, honestly, it didn't take me forever. It was no-sew, so I'm like, honestly, I don't know what to price it. I'm terrible at pricing. So I was like, I don't know what to price it at, but I think 48 is good. It could be maybe lower. Now that I see, I think I might raise the prices, because I saw someone selling one in a market for like 60 something. So I was like, oh, well, maybe I shouldn't have. But she was like, can I get this for 40 instead? And I was like, I paused for a bit, and I was just standing there, and I was like, sure. And the only reason I did is because that one I was like, maybe I could sell it for cheaper. So I just said sure for some reason. So she gave me 40, and then I guess she was willing to spend a little more, because then she gave me 45 actually. So I only actually lost $3 from what I had listed, so I am fine with that. Next up, I sold two items, a jellyfish and a possum. So those two together were $32. Up next, I sold a bunny, one of the bunnies with the hat on. This was $35. And that's the end of 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. So now we're at my next hour. Next thing that sold were two whales. They sold for $20, $10 each. Then one of my friends that came, I was really happy that she got this, because I've had this penguin from like literally since I started doing markets in April. So I was very happy that she got this, but she got my little pink penguin. Nobody's really shown interest in this little penguin throughout all my markets, but she was so excited, and she was like, oh my gosh, I love this penguin. And so she got the penguin. That was $20. Next, someone got my pig. This is another one that I was very happy someone bought it, because I've had it for forever. The pig, this was one of my most awkward moments, I'd say, because I didn't realize that there was some hot glue sticking out of it, the eye, because So I have safety eyes. I use the safety eyes. But then for extra security, I use hot glue. Like I go under there and just get some hot glue to make sure that it stays. I don't know. It's just for security of mine, knowing that it's hopefully not going to come out. But because I use the hot glue, sometimes it'll come like past the eye. And apparently I didn't notice this one, but it had come out past the eye. So there was like the little safety eye, and then right under you could see some hot glue. And this girl came up and she was like, I want this pig. And I was like, yay! And then she was like, but can you get this hot glue off? Do you have like scissors or something? And I was like, oh. And then, because I didn't even know that it had the hot glue on it. So then I asked my husband, he was over there talking with our friends. I was like, can you grab the scissors? And so he went into the little box and he got the scissors. And he tore off the price tag, because I guess I didn't explain it well enough. And then she came over to me and she was like, are you gonna get this? I was like, oh yes, sorry. And then so I went in, and it kind of took me a bit. It was kind of awkward because she gave me the vibe that she was like, if this hot glue is there, like I'm not gonna buy this pig, like this hot glue needs to be gone. Which, you know, it is what it is. But I was trying to go in there so carefully because I had like some of the big scissors, not like a nice little pair of scissors, like some big scissors. And I was trying to get in there, but I didn't want to risk getting the yarn, so I was being like super careful trying to like get around it. I did get it off, luckily. It wasn't perfect, but I kind of wrapped around where I could get the hot glue off. So she was happy enough with it that she bought it. So that pig was $40. Next up, someone bought another bunny, one of the bunnies with the hats, for $35. So I only brought 3 bunnies. So at this point, that was my last of the bunnies. Next, one of my neighbors that was like right next to me, she came over, she was looking at stuff the whole time, and she ended up getting 3 of my gummy bears for $15 because they're $5 each. She said she's going to use them as dog chew toys, which those ones don't have safety eyes, so I guess they're a good one for that. But I was like, all right, like whatever you want to do. Next, I sold a chicken. This was the first chicken I sold, so the chicken wasn't the best seller at this market, but I sold a chicken for $12. Next, I sold one of my plants for $20. Then I sold an alien for $20. Someone bought 2 of my bees for $30. They're $15 each. Then a leggy froggy sold for $10. And then a mushroom. I just realized this, I must have forgot to write ×2. But I guess someone got 2 mushrooms for $30. And that was the end of that hour. So now we're at 8 p.m. Next thing that sold was one of my little elephants that I have and a gummy bear. So that together was $15. Next, someone got 3 things. I love people that get like giant orders. I don't know. That's like my favorite thing when people just keep stacking things on. But this was a family and they got chicken, a duck, and a leggy froggy. So their total was $38 for those 3. Then someone got a whale for $10. Someone got a chicken for $12. Then someone got a long neck dino. This was $20. She was kind of funny because I've never had this happen. A lot of things that I've never had happen, but they happened at this market. But she was like, there was 2 long neck dinos out, and I actually had 2 more in the bag. And so she was debating on what color to get, and I was like, oh, actually I have like 2 more colors also like tucked away if you're like interested in those colors. And then she didn't even want to see them, but she was like, you choose what color you think is best for my aura. And I was like, because I've never been asked this, because I honestly, I don't like it, because I'm like, what if they don't like this color? Because I love like so many colors. I'd be happy with like all of them, but you know, some people don't like some colors. And so, I don't know, she was just like a very friendly person. Her aura, she was like a ginger with freckles, so I felt like it was very bright. So I ended up telling her, I was like, I think maybe yellow. And luckily she was happy with that, and she was like, yeah, I think so. And so she got the yellow one. Let's see, next up someone got a Leggy Frog and an Octo for $18. The Leggy Frog was $10 and then the Octo was $8. Next up someone got a Leggy Frog for $10. I got a lot of Leggy Frog sales this time. I don't know what was different at this one, but everyone was loving those Leggy Frogs. I even had like a group of girls who, they're all like high school girls, and I guess they're like friends with each other, but they weren't walking around together. And I had seen them, they kept coming back and back to my spot. And then eventually they all like came together, and they were right in front of my booth, and I guess they hadn't seen what everyone had gotten, and they were showing what they had gotten, and like every single one of them had a Leggy Frog, and so they were all like, woo, and showing their Leggy Frog. So I was really happy with that they were so excited about their Leggy Frogs. Next thing that sold was an axolotl and a whale. So the axolotl was $14 and the whale was $10, making their total $24. Next up was another whale for $10. Next thing that sold was an eagle. The eagle was $16. Next was an octo for $8. And now we're coming up on my last hour, so at this point it was 9 p.m., pretty late. So this is my last hour of sales. I got a Leggy Froggy sold again for $10, a chicken for $12, a mushroom for $15, a turtle for $20. Someone got two things, a jellyfish and a bee for $35, because the jellyfish is $20 and the bee is $15, so their total was $35. Next, someone got an axolotl for $14. I actually forgot that I had another elephant, because I've already sold the 2 elephants, and then I forgot I had another one like tucked away in the bag, so I put out, or my husband reminded me that I had another one. So he put it out, my other elephant, and luckily he remembered, because that elephant sold, and that elephant was $10. Next up, I got a big order. Someone got a mushroom, a gummy bear, and a plant, and that total altogether was $40. Then someone got a bee for $15. And the last thing I sold, which I'm very happy about it, because I've had this one for a while, is my frog flower. And that sold for, it was listed as $30 for the price of it, but I don't know, it must have been fake, because earlier I reduced the price by $3 in the end. But this person was so nice, they actually Zelled me, because they didn't have other forms of payment. And they Zelled me, and they were just like, oh, I'll just add on another $3 as like your tip. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so nice. $1,028. Yay! Hi, there's probably been no pause for you, but I just went through my footage and I saw that I actually cut off because my SD card was full. So unfortunately, the last part of my video cut off. So here I am. Luckily, I got so lucky. It filmed all the way up until my very last sale. So that's where we left off. So I'm here to tell you the total. First, I'll tell you that my, vendor fee was pretty high for this market. This vendor fee was $175. That is a lot for a vendor fee. The highest I've paid before is $75. So $175 is significantly larger, but the reason I felt good about it is because it's at such a high traffic area. that I was like, you know, I think it's worth it. And it definitely was by far my best results, because, give me a drum roll, the results for this market were $1,028. Yay! It's really incredible to make that much. I was not even expecting to get that high of a number, even coming into it. So I'm very, very, very excited that I cut through my 1,000. This is by far the most I've made. So I'm very happy about that, and I'm hoping I'll have some good markets coming up, since I've signed up with these same people that put on this market. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing more market vlogs coming up, and hopefully you guys will stay along and come with me to these markets. I'm gonna work really hard on actually getting the films, because unfortunately for this one I had lots of things, like there were gross bugs that made me not want to film the takedown. My friends were there, so I didn't want to record while we were talking and such. So yeah, there were just some things that I didn't get to record as much as I wanted. So I will definitely be recording more at the actual market coming up ahead. So that's something you have to look forward to. I hope that you guys subscribe. This is my very first YouTube video. So I'm hoping that you guys can subscribe so you can see more of my market videos, and I will be doing hopefully a much better job coming up ahead. So thank you for watching this video, and I hope to see you guys soon. Bye!